If alien cats existed, they would definitely look like this. Sphynx cats have a unique appearance. You either love their looks or strongly dislike them. But are they good pets? Let's find out everything about Sphynx cats. Hairless cats are not a new arrival. Before the Sphynx cat breed existed, hairless cats were sporadically born. They're even documented in a 1903 book about cats. But how are they born? Well, hairless cats are sometimes born to normal cats due to spontaneous genetic mutations. They're pretty rare though, as cats don't know how to make their own clothes yet. The lack of fur makes them highly susceptible to both heat and cold. Unsurprisingly, they have low chances of surviving into adulthood, and that's how the history of Sphynx cats begins. The first attempt to create a hairless breed began in the late 1960s in Toronto, Canada. There, a hairless kitten was born to a pair of domestic shorthairs. The kitten, named Prune, was sold to a breeder, and the breed was named Canadian Hairless. Sadly, the attempt to create a new breed proved to be unsuccessful. Several kittens died due to unknown conditions, and there weren't enough cats to succeed. However, in 1975, two farm owners from Minnesota discovered their cat gave birth to a hairless kitten. The kitten was named Epidermis. Next year, another hairless kitten named Dermis was born. By the way, shout out to the owners for the brilliant names. Both kittens were sold to an Oregon breeder. Luckily enough, in 1978, a Siamese breeder from Toronto, Canada, found 3 hairless kittens on the streets. She named them Bambi, Punky, and Paloma. Together with Dermis and Epidermis's descendants, these 3 cats' descendants became the foundation of the Sphynx breed. Their brilliant name comes from the mythical creature Sphynx. It's been chosen due to the Sphynx cat's sophisticated looks and graceful nature. Breeders used Devon Rex and American Shorthair cats to enhance the Sphynx breed's genetic diversity. Truth be told, Sphynx cats do look like a hairless Devon Rex. Despite its unusual looks, the breed was quickly accepted by TICA in 1986. Most cat breeders welcomed this new and exotic-looking cat. The breed has received some negative attention, mostly because of its lack of coat and temperature sensitivity. Its lack of fur can be considered a genetic disorder, but this hasn't stopped cat lovers and probably never will. This brings us to their looks. Sphynx cats are not completely hairless, even though it's what they're famous for. Short and fine hair may be present on the feet, ears, and tails. The rest of the body can be either hairless or covered in a very short and soft peach-like fuzz. This fine hair is not noticeable though, and the cat should look hairless. Their skin or coat feels resistant to the touch. They come in various colors, and their color is given by their skin. Their eyes can be of any color, depending on their skin color. And just look at this incredibly cute tortie Sphynx. Sphynx cats are medium-sized but muscular cats. Males weigh between 8 and 11 pounds, while females are smaller, but all of them are heavier than they appear. Sphynx cats have a distinctive wedge-shaped head, large to huge ears, and big, lemon-shaped eyes. All these features give them a truly unique appearance. Moreover, most of them don't have whiskers or have a few short whiskers. This trait only enhances their royal aspect. But that's not all. They're wrinkly cats. Wrinkles are visible because there's no hair to cover them. Also, their skin is loose on the body, which leads to the extra wrinkling effect. The more wrinkles a Sphynx has, the merrier. But this wrinkly look comes at a cost. Sphynx cats produce oil just like any other cat. But there isn't any hair to draw the oil away from their skin. This oil accumulates on the skin despite your cat's grooming habits. If not removed, the oil can cause clogged pores and skin infections. Also, oily Sphynx cats can stain furniture or leave behind greasy marks. As a result, Sphynx cats need regular baths. Even though it's common knowledge they need weekly baths, breeders tend to disagree. According to them, you need to bathe your cat once every 2 to 3 weeks. When bathing, you'll need to make sure to clean their folds, too. That's where most of the dirt remains stuck. Their ears must also be cleaned more often than other cats because they're huge and don't have any hair. The nails and surrounding skin folds are also dirt magnets. So yeah, their look is also a responsibility, but one that's worth it, in my opinion. Let's talk about the most exciting part, their fantastic personality. Most movies portray them as evil beings, interested in either ruling the world or taking advantage of everyone. I have to admit, their wrinkly, hairless face, coupled with their lack of whiskers, does give them a grumpy look. However, this portrayal could not be farther from the truth. Sphynx cats are quite the opposite. They're devoted, loyal, and family-oriented cats. They're also one of the most intelligent cat breeds out there. They're highly energetic and goofy cats. Sphynx cats love their people deeply and become dependent on them. They are not cats you can leave on their own for a whole day. Sphynx cats need human interaction as they need food or water. They want to always be near their humans and will follow you around. Most of them love to cuddle and will reward you with a loud purr. They're also gifted with a good dose of feline curiosity. If they hear you're up to something, they'll leave everything else behind. They also love to be in the spotlight, and they like to clown around. According to the old French breed standard, the Sphynx is part monkey, part dog, part child, and part cat. Sphynx cats do live up to the standard. They're loyal and sometimes wag their tail like dogs. They're restless and mischievous like a child and perform monkey-like jumps and tricks. These cats need many toys to be entertained. They love puzzle toys to test their brains, and they also love lasers and small toys. They're super playful and never grow out of it. Sphynx cats can even play fetch and can be taught tricks. But this breed is not for everyone. They have tons of energy and need constant companionship. They're incredibly demanding of attention and needy. If you're working a full-time job away from home, it's best to get 2 litter mates, but it's even better to not get a Sphynx. Sphynx cats get along even with cats they haven't grown up with. Of course, you still need to properly introduce the cats, and the other cat should be pretty active. Sphynx cats do great with children. On the other hand, toddlers and naughty kids should always be supervised when interacting with cats. These cats are a perfect match for dogs too, but don't ever get a dog with a strong hunting instinct if you have a cat. Another adorable feature is their affinity for laps. They tend to love laps because laps provide them with comfort and heat. Sphynx cats need more heat than other cats, so during winter, keep your furless friend warm by purchasing kitty clothes. They'll love it, and you can even dress them according to current fashion trends. You can find links to some adorable cat clothes in the description. Another thing you should know is that Sphynx cats must be kept indoors. They have problems regulating their body temperature both in winter and summer. They can also get sunburns. Additionally, limit your cat's access to windows when the sun is the strongest, as repeated sun exposure can cause skin cancer. What are the health concerns associated with this breed? Sphynx cats can be prone to developing HCM or another heart disease called mitral valve dysplasia. Males tend to have more severe symptoms. Sadly, genetic tests are not very helpful in detecting these conditions. Respectable breeders screen their cats yearly and prevent affected cats from breeding. That's why it's essential to acquire your kitten from a reputable breeder. When getting a cat or a kitten, ask about other major health issues cats can develop. Additionally, ask about the breeder's efforts to eradicate them from their cat's lineage. How long do Sphynx cats live? Sadly, their life expectancy is lower than other cats and is between 8 to 14 years. However, healthy cats can live up to 20 years and even more. This is just the average. If you want a Sphynx cat, don't get discouraged. Seek instead a respectable breeder that takes good care of their cats and makes continuous efforts to provide healthy kittens. Which brings me to the next crucial question: how much do Sphynx cats cost? Quite a lot. Pet quality Sphynx kittens cost anywhere from $1,800 to $3,000 or even more, depending on the category. Odd-eyed Sphynx cats are more expensive. Prices for show quality or breeder quality or very rare kittens can be as high as $10,000. As always, look for accredited breeders and don't go for lower prices. If you can't afford a Sphynx kitten, consider buying a retired adult. These cats are not old, but they've been retired from breeding, so they can enjoy life as a pet. They cost less than kittens do. If you still can't afford this amount, don't get a Sphynx cat. Go instead to your local shelter and adopt a stray cat. These cats inherit a rich genetic background, posing small chances of developing severe health problems. And by adopting a cat, you're saving that cat's life, becoming its superhero. I really hope you liked this video and found it helpful. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe, as it will help me a lot. Also, don't forget to check out the links in the description for some super cool stuff for your cat. See you in my next video!